Can you guys hear me?
Hello, everyone. Yes, Rafe, I can hear you.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Excellent. So we'll be starting our intro session today. And I'm quite excited and delighted to see all of you here. And we're going to learn maybe some ways through which we can improve our chances to clear your CFA level 1 exam. And we have a small game plan as well. So what we need to do. And then we'll be doing some questions so that you get an idea of how you need to think before you do a question in your exam. So let's wait for 1 minute or two. Let everyone join in. And in the meanwhile, Sabina will going to take over.
Yeah, hello, everyone. We have some time to maybe exchange the messages. Where are you from? Maybe you already have some questions about the CFA, so you can share it in group chat, so we can take a look at that before we start already. Yes. And we're also streaming this webinar on LinkedIn, and we also stream it on YouTube. So you can join there too. Yes, and as Rafael said, today we will go through the concept, how to make your final push to pass the exam. Rafael will explain his approach to studying. He will share some life hacks and some best advice he have to pass the exam, because as you already know, I think Rafael
recording in progress.
Rafael have a 10 years experience in studying and in teaching CFA. So I think he will share his wisdom with us today. Yes.
Yeah, surely I would share whatever knowledge I have. I would be again quite glad to share whatever I've learned throughout these years with you guys. And I'm extremely happy when I see people clearing CFA exam, because that's what I've been doing all my life. So it's quite an amazing feeling.
Yes, actually, Rafael, I know that the level 2 exam, you saw the results like previous week. Can you please share maybe a few stories of your students who passed the exam successfully?
Yes, I want to sound humble, but again, quite a few students cleared the level 2 exam. And again, clearing any CFA exam is, you feel a lot of joy when you clear your exam, obviously. It's just one of the most difficult exams in the world. And the point is that there's no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts. There's no easy way out. You have to put in hours. You have to put in an effort. You have to do a lot of practice. That's the key. That's the only way you would be able to clear your exam. But having said this, there needs to be a very effective approach, a disciplined approach, and you need to have a particular goal. You need to set a particular direction. Then I think the journey or the success of that particular journey, it depends on that. So again, having said that, you need to do a lot of questions. You need to do a lot of CFA website questions. And again, it's not about just doing questions. It's about enjoying what you're doing. You should be enjoying the CFA journey. You should be enjoying the CFA course. And I'm pretty sure that most of you who have registered for the course, it's not a dry course altogether. It's very interesting, and it's full of complex concepts. But again, when you know the intuition behind those concepts, they become quite simple. And this is what we'll be learning in these crash courses. And again, I think we should start with our session. Most of you guys are already here, and
yeah. So I have a first question for you, and this is the name of our webinar: How to Pass CFA in 1 month. I think you cannot prepare in 1 month, but surely you can do as the last push, the last call for the preparation.
It's the last hall. It's the last few weeks that are remaining. So you need to make the best effort to learn as much as you can. But again, IFT always says that exam is not that difficult. It's based on your Pareto rule, like 20-80. So most of the concepts, there are certain concepts which are very core concepts. The examiner has to test those concepts. Again, the problem with CFA level 1 course is that it is not extremely difficult, but it is too wide. It covers so many different topics that it becomes overwhelming. So that's the basic problem with the CFA level 1 course. But every reading has its own core concepts. You need to be on top of those core concepts. There are certain concepts that will be tested in your exam. The examiner will test those concepts because, again, if you don't know these core concepts, then there's no point of obviously the CFA clearing you guys, like clearing the exam for you. So there are certain concepts that are core. In those few weeks, you can go over those core concepts. Your probability of clearing the exam would multiply. It would be far greater than just aimlessly going over the curriculum or aimlessly just doing questions. So you need to focus on these core concepts. So
okay, I think for sure you prepared some maybe best advice, tips,
we have
or
a
life
small
hacks.
test in the end. So don't leave, guys. Don't leave. We'll be having a small. It's not a test. We'll be doing some practice in the end. Okay, so let's start with our this intro session. Okay. So this is for your November 2022 level 1 crash course. This is the introduction that we'll be doing an introduction on this. So the crash course is starting on Monday, 13th. Now, how to clear your CFA level 1 exam. This is extremely important points, and this is my experience, which I'm sharing with you guys. Now, first of all, when you are obviously sitting in your exam, the first thing you need to do is you shouldn't be in a hurry. There's no point. You shouldn't be in a hurry. You shouldn't be reading or doing the questions like. You need to give time to question. You need to read the question twice at least. There are always some hidden concepts. There are always a trick in the question. It's not too difficult, but you need to read and you need to give due respect to the question. This is the most important thing that I'm telling you guys. You need to give due respect to the question. You need to at least read it twice. Don't jump onto conclusion. Don't come up with your own story. Don't come up with your own scenario. Stick with the question. Stick with the information that is there in the question. And again, there will be some logical traps. There will be some hidden tricks. So be careful. And again, the only way you can get the right answer is that you need to read the question carefully. And again, the CFA exam they're always going to give you, in your options, they will always going to give you some options which seems to be correct. And you might even get that answer. You might even get that answer if you don't read the question carefully. So you might select the wrong option. Now, every question revolves around at least one concept. At least they might be testing more than one concept. Okay, so you need to know the concept. There is no way that you know the concept partially and you'll be able to get the right answer. So you need to know the concept inside out. And again, think, read the question, read other options as well. Just don't be hasty, just don't be capricious or maybe whimsical, just selecting the option and just going forward. No, you need to, again, read the question carefully, think about the concept, what concept they're trying to test. And again, you will only going to learn this if you have done ample of practice. And again, be wary of this most likely, least likely. How many of you have actually found this to be extremely frustrating? Anyone? You know the concept, but again, the question is asking you about least likely or the question is asking about most likely. So again, how many of you have actually found this to be extremely frustrating? Yes, Varun. Okay, so you found this to be extremely frustrating. Okay. Excellent. Now, the problem is that the frustrating point is that you know the concept, you know the right answer, but again, the option that you choose is wrong. Now, in the end of the day, even though you know the concept, but you're choosing the wrong option, it obviously, it won't make any positive impact on your exam. And they love to test this, okay? And again, you need to manage your time very carefully. How many minutes do you have to solve a question? Anyone? You have 90 questions. So for each question, how many minutes do you have?
1.5 minutes.
1.5 minutes. Now, this 1.5 minutes, I always believe is something, what should I say? It's superficial in nature. It seems that 1.5 minutes is a long time, or maybe for some question, it seems too less of a time. But the whole concept is, or the whole point is, like, there are some questions that you would be, if you have done ample amount of practice, there would be some questions you might be doing those questions in a couple of seconds. Yes, mostly the time is spent on calculations. So if you have a question that has maybe some calculation involved, that will require certain amount of time. And this is, again, this is what we'll be trying to do in our crash course. So we'll be doing maybe around like 40, 50, 60 questions in a class. And again, the whole thought process behind this crash course is to make you get into rhythm. I want you guys to be in a momentum. If you get into this momentum of doing questions, doing them carefully, doing them with speed, and again, when you start a marathon, or when you are preparing for a marathon, you just don't start running for 20 kilometers in just one day. You just don't do that. You build slow. That's how you build your stamina. That's how you build your rhythm. There's no point of doing maybe like spending 8 hours in a day, and the next 2-3 days you don't want to study at all. So again, you should be spending at least 2 or 3 hours, but continuously you should be spending 2 or 3 hours every day from now on, because only like 1 month is remaining. So again, try to manage time carefully. If you don't know the solution, leave it. Please leave it. I've seen so many intelligent students, they get fixated with that one question they don't know. They're unable to solve that one question, and then they start wasting their time. Okay, so we'll be having, I'll be going over the crash course, the whole, the process, what we'll be doing. Yes.
Sorry, can I interrupt you? I just got the message from Anita in chat.
Yeah.
She's saying that you gave us the good tip before the exam to underline it. She's talking about the most likely and least likely trap.
Yeah.
If it's possible, maybe you can share it with us today, like this tip, how to manage this kind of questions.
What did my Anita said? She said,
you gave them a good tip before the exam.
Okay, let me think over it. What was the trick? Okay, so I think it's about underlying. Okay, I'll do that. Okay, so
no, actually, sir, you said that because we kept on missing it. I was missing it. Samina was missing it. So you said just before the exam, you said, why don't you just underline the most likely, least likely, so you're sure you're not missing it during exams? And that's what we did. Yes. And that's how we passed our exams. So
wonderful.
That was the tip.
Okay, wonderful. So again, when you start your question, yes, now I remember, Anita. So you need to like first underline most and least likely. Just underline it so that it becomes part of your subconscious that this question, you need to be like super conscious about this question. Okay, wonderful. And again, don't leave any question unmarked. So don't leave any question. There's no negative marking. There is no negative marking in your CFA exam. If you don't know the answer, just don't leave it blank. Please just don't leave it blank. Choose option B, choose option C, whatever it is. Just choose something. Just don't leave the option blank. Okay. Okay, so try to do as many questions as possible from the CFA website. There are around like 3,000 questions in your CFA website. So again, first, I would suggest that you try to solve all of them. Again, they're quite overwhelming, but again, you need to, again, as I was saying, you need to be quite decisive. You need to have a direction, and then again, you need to have some discipline. So whenever you do a topic, whenever you complete a topic, just don't start a new topic. First, do some questions on that topic. Please don't miss this opportunity. This is the best thing that the CFA has given you, these 3,000 questions. Again, these are the questions which the CFA has made for you, not some others, not by anyone else. It's the CFA who's giving you these questions. So what do you think? The pattern, the language. So would it be different from that of from your exam? No. the language that is used in these CFA practice questions are the same that you'll be finding in your actual exam most probably. So don't miss this opportunity, okay? Please make it a point. And again, if you want to be super diligent, if you want to be like super sure, you want to solve the, you want to clear your CFA level exam, do it twice. Do these questions twice, okay? Now, we would be covering this. Some topics, they have more weight. For example, FRA, quants, ethics, they have more weights. Now, imagine that you don't score good in FRA, then what do you think would going to happen? The probability of you clearing the exam would actually go down. Or even if you, for example, if you don't score good in your topics, which are like ethics or some other big topics. From your, what you call, these weights. Yeah, I was talking about these weights. So FRA, quants, ethics, these are the topics which carry more weight. Now, if you are not scoring good in these topics, please make it a point. You have time now. You have like a month left. Make it a point that you spend time in these topics. You start spending time in these topics. Now, there's no easy way out. Please, you need to understand that there's no magic wand. There's no magic involved. Nobody in this world can make you perfect. It is up to you. Yes, I can guide you, and there might be someone else who can guide you as well. But again, please make it a point. If you have any problems in big topics or the topics which have more weights, please start practicing these questions from these topics. And again, please make a note of your weakness. Weakness is a good thing. Weakness is a good thing before the exam. And as I always say, do as many mistakes as possible, but do it before your exam. Please do as many mistakes as possible. Do 100 mistakes. When you do mistakes, then you learn. You never learn when you get the right answer. You become overconfident. But when you are getting the wrong answer, this is your learning curve, and this is the opportunity right now you guys have. So do as many questions as you can, and get. It would be a blessing if you're getting it wrong, because that's the point. That's where you start learning. You start learning when you get the answer wrong. And again, there's no easy way out. Put in your hard work, and again, practice, practice, and practice. Now, what is your IFT level 1 crash course? So we'll be having, for 2 weeks, we'll be having classes every day. We'll be having classes for at least 2 hours every day, and we'll try to do as many questions as possible. So my target is that we do around like between 40 to 60 questions in these classes. And the classes will start at 17th October, that is your next Monday. And this time slot is the time slot. We have 2 time slots. So one is for 8:30 p.m. These are your Dubai time, 8:30 p.m. and then again in the morning at like 3 o'clock. So we have given these GMT times. So please indicate your time slot preference. So I would appreciate if you can give us. So one is at 3 a.m. Dubai time, and one is 8:30 p.m. Dubai time. So again, it depends on which time slot you guys want to study. So again, please let us know about these time slots, okay? Now you can ask me any questions at any time. You can come up with, you can even message me or text me through WhatsApp, which kind of concepts you want to learn in the next class. I would appreciate that. I would highly recommend that you guys know where you guys are lacking. So you can actually tell me that this is the concept that we want to go over. And again, classes will be held by Zoom. These classes are recorded. These classes are recorded. So you will be getting these recorded lectures in the end. And what you'll be getting, so you'll be getting IFTQ Bank, you'll be getting high yield study notes, extremely important. These are summary notes. Quickly, they were going to tell you what's important in a particular reading. You'll be getting the formula sheet. Again, the classes would be recorded. So please fill this form. Sabina, is it possible for you to put this form in the chat?
Yes, someone from our team will post it on the chat right now.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. And yes, so these recorded lectures would be provided you from the IFT platform. So they would be provided to you from the IFT platform. Perfect. Now, and again, kindly visit IFT World. So this is also important. Now, the game plan, what needs to be done? Now, with a level 1 CFA exam only a month away, you might be wondering. So this is again the emotions that I'm talking about, the fear. So how many of you are feeling anxious? So maybe you're thinking that you haven't prepared enough. Maybe you think that maybe like, have I revised the most testable concept? Which topic should I focus if I'm falling behind? Do I know how to solve exam questions efficiently? Am I prepared enough? So these are the thought process you get into. And again, this is normal. Please understand this. This is normal. I went through this. I went through this a lot. So I was so anxious that when I was giving my CFA exam, like more than 10 years ago, I hardly remember those times. I was in a university. I used to feel anxious. I used to feel petrified. Like I still remember, like few weeks before the exam, I was almost, I had a breakdown. But again, that's everyone will going to go from this type of emotion. It's not only you. It's not only you. So please, you need to understand this, that CFA, there's no way CFA gauges how intelligent you are, how good of a person, how brilliant you are. CFA doesn't test that. CFA is only testing you whether you know the concept or not. And it's in 2 hours time, nobody can judge you how good of a intelligent person you are in 2 hours. So don't make this an ego issue for you guys. Okay, don't make it an ego issue. Please stop comparing yourself with others. Stop. Like if somebody is telling you, oh my God, I cleared level 1 exam and I hardly studied. I only studied for 1 month and I cleared level 1 exam. That person is lying. Please don't listen to that person. That's a very honest advice I'm giving you. You need to be comfortable with yourself, please. Okay. Any questions up till now? Anyone? Okay.
Of course, not everything, but whatever you want to take. You want to leave all this? Yeah.
Okay. Okay, what to expect from the class? Please kindly mute your mics if you, yeah. So what to expect from these classes? So we will be practicing key concepts. I am very honest with you guys. So I would be doing some key questions with you guys, okay? So I believe that these are the questions or the concepts that are highly testable. And at least before you enter the exam, you need to know these questions or you need to know these concepts. So we will be solving those concepts. So there is no point going into the exam without knowing these concepts. And we'll be finding intuitive way or maybe some quicker way to get the right answer, to get into toward, or maybe get the direction towards the right answer. Maybe some tricks to solve questions efficiently. And again, the most important thing is you need to build the rhythm. You need to get into the momentum. And there's no way you can get into the momentum unless or until you start doing questions. And this 1 month is remaining. So at least you should be starting with like doing 50 questions a day and then build it up to almost like 100, 200 questions. And again, the most important, as I've said, time management. You need to manage your time very carefully. So which topic we'll be doing first? We'll be doing quantitative methods and it carries 8 to 12% weight. It consists of like 6 to 7 topics, and they have also added regression analysis in 2022. This was a reading in level 2, which they have added in level 1. So I don't know how many of you are very comfortable in this regression reading, but yes, we will be going over that reading in our next class of Monday. And obviously we'll be going over the whole quantitative. We'll be doing hypothesis testing. We'll be doing probabilities. So time value of money. So this is what we'll be covering on the Monday's class. And again, I would be choosing those questions that you need to know those concepts before you go and give the exam. Then financial statement analysis consists of like 13 to 17. Now look, these are like 13 to 17, 8 to 12, 15 to 20, ethics, 15 to 20%. Again, economics, 8 to 12. So the point is that these are the main topics. If you are falling behind in these topics, start giving these topics more time. Okay, so you still have 1 month remaining. Any questions? So this Monday, we'll be doing quantitative methods, Tuesday, financial statement analysis, Wednesday, fixed income, Thursday, we'll be doing equity, derivatives, my favorite. I don't know how many of you have learned derivatives from me. So look, I believe I would be doing some more questions with you guys also. I would be doing some more questions also. So yes, Amna, yes, thank you. So yes, Amna, she took derivatives from me from IBA. So yeah, those were the good times. Anyhow, yes, I would be doing more questions with you guys. I would be doing questions from your CFA, some questions from your CFA websites also. Yes, the whole point is that these classes would going to prepare you for your mock as well. But again, you have to give your mock yourself. Please, you have to give the mock yourself as well. Okay. Yes, mocks are necessary. Mocks are necessary. And I cannot stress enough. CFA mock are necessary. IFT mocks are extremely good source for practice. Do first CFA mock. First, do CFA mock. They will be giving you maybe 2 mocks. Do them. And then if you have time, I would highly recommend that you also do IFT mock. IFT mock is also quite rigorous. Quite rigorous. It will going to set you for your exam. Now let's do. So these are the reviews. These are my students. They're very dear to me. Amna, you're also over here. So they are extremely dear to me, and I love them so much. You guys can't even imagine. And whenever they clear the CFA exam, or whenever they have any success in their life, it makes me so proud, and I'm extremely grateful that I was given an opportunity to get in touch with all of these students. I'm extremely humbled. Okay, so let's start with our questions. First CFA exam question, and then yes, so do your CFA exam questions. Yep, perfect. Then in the end, maybe 2 or 3 weeks before your exam, then you start doing your mock and time yourself. Okay, so we have this question, guys. I would love for you guys to solve this question. I would love that. So let's start with this question. So this is the question from hypothesis testing. Now I've selected these questions. I've jumbled them up. So maybe one question is from quants, the other question might be from economics, and so on, maybe from portfolio management. Okay, so recommended study, what you mean by recommended study? So let's go back. Yeah, let me first complete the game plan. Then we're going to start the question. So what do you think? What do you mean by recommended study order? So first, obviously, you should know you should done your reading. Then you have done Q bank questions from the CFA website. Then you do your mock. Okay, for level 2. Level 2, we'll be having another session for level 2. Level 2 is a different ball game. Level 2, you have to do cases. And level 2, you need to do at least 2 or 3 cases every day, maybe like 3 months before your exam. So CFA level 2 is a totally different ball game. We will be having an intro session on level 2, maybe like almost like 2 weeks down the road, or maybe 1.5 weeks down the road. So I'll be giving you guys the game plan for level 2. But level 1 game plan is quite simple. 1 month is remaining. Jump onto the questions, jump onto the CFA website questions. Once you have done with those CFA website questions, and obviously if you take these classes, you will be learning it more efficiently. In a matter of like 2 hours, you will going to learn what are the key concepts that are extremely important for you to enter the exam. Okay, so let's start with our question. Everyone, this is a question from quants hypothesis testing. Can you solve this question? 1 month is remaining. 1 month is remaining. Are you able to solve this question? Anyone? So I will be going over the whole thought process. What is the first step? What you should be doing? What are the first steps? Like I'll be doing this question stepwise. Okay, so I'm giving you guys like 1 minute to solve this question. Anyone? Sabina, are you also solving this question?
Sorry, I'm busy with hosting.
Okay. So you are exempted. Anyone with the answer? Okay, so let's do this question together. So Orlando Bloom is analyzing a portfolio performance for the past 15 years. Keyword: the mean return for the portfolio is 10.25%. This is the mean return for your portfolio with a sample standard deviation of 12%. This is your sample standard deviation. Now Bloom wants to test. Now, whatever the researcher wants to test, this is the first question, the first concept, the first part. Whatever the researcher wants to, or whatever the statistician wants to test, it is your null hypothesis or that's your alternative hypothesis. Anyone? Which kind of hypothesis is that? Yes?
Alternative.
That's your
Alternative.
alternative. Excellent. Test the claim that the mean return is less than 12.5%. Less than 12.5%. Okay. If this is less, then what do you think would be your null hypothesis? Null hypothesis would be greater or equal
Greater or equal to.
Excellent. So always this equal sign is usually with your null hypothesis. Second is what? We need to find out whether it is your one-tailed test or two-tailed test. Whenever we have less or greater sign, it is your one-tailed test. This is your one-tail. Excellent. And secondly, we'll be looking at the right side of the tail or left side of the tail. That's your third concept. Left side or right side. Now it depends on your alternative hypothesis. It is your less. Alternative hypothesis is what? Less.
Left
so we'll
side.
be looking at the left side. Excellent. We'll be looking at the left side. Now the critical value they've already given to you is -2. Now the fourth step is what? The fourth step is we need to find out your test statistic. So that formula is what? X minus mu divided by what? Anyone?
Standard deviation
whole over under root n. X what was? X was what? That was your 10.25. 10.25 minus 12.5 divided by standard deviation is given to you as 12 whole over under root. How many years were there? 15 years. So the test statistic that boils down is what? Minus 0.726. Now we are in the most important phase, the fifth phase, where we were going to reject or we fail to reject the null hypothesis. Now, over here, these are your critical sites. So over here, we're going to reject the null hypothesis, and over here, we will also going to reject the null hypothesis. And again, you need to be very logical. It is your minus 0.726. Is minus 0.726 greater or less than -2? This is your critical value. Is
less than -2?
Is it less than -2? No, it is
It's
more
greater.
than minus. It is greater than minus 0.726. Minus 0.726 is greater than -2. It is somewhere over here. So can we reject the null hypothesis? The null hypothesis is saying that it is greater. We cannot reject the null hypothesis. So we do not reject the null. So what should be the right option? Option B. So your test statistic is 0.726 and we will not reject the null hypothesis. Maybe in your exam, they might give you over here alternative hypothesis. So they might also confuse you. So you need to read the question very carefully as well. You need to read the options also very carefully. Everyone on the same page? Everyone, would you be able to do
yes,
and this concept will be tested in your exam. There's no way you go to your exam and you don't know this concept. Excellent. I'm extremely glad that you were knowing this concept. Now, try to solve this question. Very important. This is your probability. Again, we are doing quants, but this is your probability question. Okay, anyone? So this is a six-sided, it is your bias dice, which has a probability of landing on its edge. Now, this is a dice that can, what can be your different random variables? So we can, the dice can fall on an edge. The dice can have, can fall on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So what is the probability of this dice falling on an edge? What do you think that, what's the probability? Anyone?
2 upon 50.
2 upon 50. So if 2 out of 50. And the remaining probabilities would be divided into 6. So the remaining probability would be divided into 6 different possibilities of the dice falling onto 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if the probability of falling on an edge is 2 by 50, what would be the remaining probability? What would be the remaining probability? The remaining probability would be 48 upon 50. Does everyone agrees with this? Yes. Now this 48 upon 50 would be divided equally across 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. Do you guys understand this concept? Now, if it is a normal unbiased dice, so the whole one probability is divided into how many different parts? The whole one probability is divided into 1 by 6. Why it is divided into 1? Why the probability is 1 by 6? Because we have how many different random variables? We can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Everyone on the same page. So if the dice is falling on an edge, the probability is 2 by 50. The remaining probability would be 48 upon 50. That would be equally divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this would become what? 8 upon 50. The probability of getting 1 is what? 8 upon 50. 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 And 8 upon 50. Everyone, do you guys agree with this? And if you add all of them up, 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 is 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 50. So the whole probability, if you add all of them up, what you should be getting? What you should be getting? You should be getting 1. Now, you're winning. Are you, if the dice fall on an edge, how much money do you win? You win $10. If a dice fall on number 1, so how much money do you win? You win $1, $2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Are you winning $10 100% of the time? Are you winning $10 100% of the time? Yes or no?
Yes.
No, we are not winning 100% of the time. We are not winning $10 100% of the time. We are winning. What is the probability of winning this $10? The probability of winning this $10 is 2 by 50. So your expected winning would be what? Your expected winning would be 2 upon 50 into what? 10. Are you winning $1 100% of the time? No, you're winning this $1. What is the probability of winning this $1? It is 8 by 50. So this would be 8 by 50 into 1 plus 8 by 50 into what? 2. The probability of winning 2 is also 8 by 50. The probability of winning 3 is also 8 by 50. The probability of winning 4 is also 8 by 50, and so on. If you add all of them up, what you will be getting? You will be getting expected value. Now, the basic thought process is, let's suppose you do a gamble. There's a 70% chance of winning $10 and there's a 30% chance of losing $5. What is your expected winning? What do you think would be your expected winning? I'm just giving you hypothetically this scenario. If you do a gamble, there's a 70% chance of winning $10 and there's a 30% chance of losing $5. So what will be your expected winning? Your expected winning would be what? 0.7 into 10 plus 0.3 into minus 5. Do you get this weighted average concept? Do you guys understand this weighted average concept? Yes or no? Okay, perfect. The same is being implemented over here. You're not winning $10 100% of the time. You're not winning $1 100% of the time, and so on. So the expected winning would be the winning amount multiplied by its appropriate probability. So you most probably will be getting the answer of 3.76. Yes or no, guys? Do you guys understand the basic concept?
Yes, sir.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Now, this is a question from your portfolio management. This is a question from your portfolio management, and we want to find out whether this stock ABC is overvalued or undervalued. Now, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? What is the first thing that comes to your mind? What needs to be done? And we are using CAPM model. So what is the first thing that comes to your mind that what we need to do, or what, from where this concept is coming from? Whether to find out, whether to find the stock is overvalued or undervalued, from which angle, or what is the background behind this? Can anyone tell me?
Cost of equity.
Okay.
Market value
Market.
versus intrinsic value.
Market. Okay. Do you guys recall SML, security market line? Security market line, we have return over here, we have beta over here. If this is your security market line, if the stock expected value is more than what the CAPM is suggesting, or what is the line is suggesting, the stock is overvalued or undervalued. Is it a buy signal or a sell signal? I'll be going over this whole. No, it's a buy signal. It's a buy signal. It's not a sell signal. Now, please listen to me very carefully. What is CAPM? Required return on ABC. Required. This is what you need to generate. It is your required return. This is what this security needs to give you depending on the systematic risk. Risk-free rate is what? 4%. Plus beta. What is the formula for beta? Anyone? What is the formula for beta? Beta is your systematic risk. This is the risk this is the risk that can be diversified. This is the risk that can be diversified. Am I right? This is the risk that can be diversified. Yes or no? It is a risk that can be diversified. Yes or no?
No, it's a systematic risk.
No, it is your systematic risk. No, this is the risk that cannot be diversified. This is the reason why you are rewarded. This is the reason why you are rewarded for this risk. This is the reason why you are rewarded for this risk. What is the formula for beta? Beta formula is covariance of the stock with the market divided by standard deviation of the market square. This can also be written like this. What is the covariance equal to? Covariance is equal to correlation into standard deviation of the stock multiplied by standard deviation of the market divided by standard deviation of the market square. This and this cancels out. So your beta can also be written as correlation with the stock and the market, standard deviation of the stock divided by standard deviation of the market. So over here, the information is given to you. The correlation is given 0.5. The standard deviation of your stock is given to you as 15 divided by 12. So can anyone tell me what is your beta? 0.5 into 15 divided by 12. What do you think is your beta? Anyone? What is the beta coming? Anyone?
0.625.
0.625. So plus, what is your CAPM? Return equals to risk-free rate equals to beta into market risk premium. So beta is 0.625. Return of the market is what? 9%. 9 minus 4. Return of the market minus your risk-free rate is what? Your risk premium. So what is your required rate of return? So 0.625 into 5 plus 4. What is your required rate of return?
It is 7.1. 7.1.
7.1. Now this is plotted over here, or this would be plotted on the line if this is 0.625. This 7.1 would be plotted on the line, or this would be this is on the line. This is on the line, 7.1%. This is on the line. Now, what is your expected return? Now, your required return is 7.1%. You should at least get 7.1% return if you buy this stock. But this stock expected return is what? It is higher than 7.1%. It is 10%. It is giving you a higher return than what it should be giving you. So would you buy the stock or sell the stock?
Buy it.
Buy the stock. Anything that is above the SML line is your buy signal. Anything that is less than your SML line is your sell signal. So anything that you're going to buy, this is what? It would be undervalued. Everyone on the same page. Now this concept will be tested in your exam, that if you go, again, I'm repeating this continuously, that you go in your exam room and you don't know this concept, then obviously you should be expecting the result that is not quite happy. Now, very important question is coming. This is from your economics. This is from your economics. This is your currencies. Now, which of the following is least likely? Now, again, as Anita point out, whenever you are doing the question, always underline what? Always underline most likely and least likely. So least likely, what do you think would be the right answer? And this question will come in your exam. Highly testable. They have to test you on this concept. They will test you on this concept. Okay, anyone? So what is your forward?
A.
No. Wrong option. Wrong answer.
C number, sir.
C.
B. Okay.
C.
C. Okay, very good. Now, price over base currency equals to 1 plus interest rate of what? Price currency divided by 1 plus interest rate of base
Least
currency. This is
likely.
your forward rate. This is your forward rate. Now, please listen to me very carefully. Everything is from the perspective of the base currency. Everything is from the perspective of the base currency, the denominator, everything is from the perspective of the denominator. Now, please understand this point. If let's suppose we are doing 100 MXN over USD. So we have 100. What does it mean? What does this mean? This means what? That 1 USD can buy how many MXN? 100 MXN. MXN interest rate is 10% and USD interest rate is 1%, let's suppose. So this would be 100 into 1 plus 0.1. So we have price currency as your MXN and your base currency as your USD. So 1 plus 0.1 divided by 1 plus 0.01. Now, the number that you will be getting, please, the number that you will be getting, that will be more than 100 or less than 100. The number you will be getting, so the numerator has a higher number, right? So 1 plus 0.1 divided by 1 plus 0.01. So the forward rate that you will be getting would be more than 100 or less than 100. Anyone?
More than 100.
Can you tell me what will be the number? It would be
1.009.
109 point something.
Yeah.
109.9
into 100. Yeah.
Okay, so it's approximately 109. So your spot market right now, the rate is what? 100. In your forward, the rate is trading at what? 109.1, let's suppose. Now, $1 can buy 100 MXN. Now, $1 can buy 109.1 MXN. So the base currency, USD was the base currency. The base currency is trading at a premium or it is trading at a discount. So is the forward rate more than the spot rate or less than the spot rate? It is more than the spot rate. So forward is trading at a premium, but which currency is trading at a premium? The base currency is trading at a forward premium, and the base currency had a higher interest rate or a lower interest rate? It had a lower interest rate.
Higher.
So, no, base currency had a lower interest rate. Base currency, that was your USD, had 1% interest rate. So we come to a very important conclusion. The conclusion is what? The currency, regardless it is your price currency or base currency, the currency that has a higher interest rate will be trading at what? The currency that has a higher interest rate that will be trading at what? No.
Discount.
Discount. Look, in our example, MXN had 10% interest rate. USD had what interest rate? 1% interest rate. So USD was 100 and 109. 1 USD. So USD was trading at a forward premium. And the currency that has a lower interest rate would be trading at what? Premium. This concept will be tested in your exam, 100%. Please, you need to know this concept. I cannot stress enough. So the currency that has a higher interest rate would be trading at a discount, and the currency that has a lower interest rate that will be trading at a premium. So in our case, USD had a lower interest rate, hence USD was trading at a premium. Initially, 1 USD could have only buy 100 MXN. Now 1 USD can buy 109 MXN. Extremely important. And the base currency is said to be at a forward premium if the forward points are positive. Yes, forward equals to spot plus the forward points. So if the points are positive, so it is price over base currency would be trading at a premium. And as I've said over here, so if our forward rate is more than the spot rate, we'll be trading at a premium. Okay. Everyone on the same page, yes or no? Everyone on the same page? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, which of the following transaction is equivalent to a synthetic long put position? This is the last question. I know you guys are maybe exhausted. So this is the last question we'll be doing. So before we do this question, you need to know put call parity. Can anyone recall put call parity? So we have fiduciary call equals to protective put. Do you guys recall this concept? Fiduciary call is equal to what? Call plus the bond.
Call bond.
And bond. And this bond has a par value of what? Exercise price. And it is your zero coupon bond equals to put plus asset. So this is call plus X whole over 1 plus R raised to power T equals to put plus your asset. Now I'll be telling you what is the logic behind this put call forward put call parity. Let's assume a number. Let's assume X to be 100 and take any number. Take any number. Give me any number. The stock price after 1 year or the asset price after 1 year. What do you think asset price would be after 1 year? Just take any number. Anyone?
120.
120. So the call option, long call, the buyer of the call option would be happy or would it be sad? So the call option has a right to buy the asset for 100 whose actual market value is 120. So this is the call option.
Happy
or happy? Happy by how much?
20.
How much the bond will going to pay you? It is your zero coupon bond that will going to pay you par. It will going to pay you 100.
What 100?
Put, you have the right to sell the asset for 100 whose actual market value is 120. Would you ever sell your asset for 100?
No.
No.
No. So the
No,
value
sir.
is zero.
Zero.
Asset value is what? 120.
120.
120 equals to 120. Hence, this equation holds true. Hence, this equation of what? Call plus bond equals to put plus asset holds true. So we want to find out synthetic put. So put can be equal to call plus bond minus asset.
Short asset.
So plus sign indicates long, negative sign indicates short. So we are long the call, long the bond, and short the asset. So option C is the right answer. Now, again, I'm repeating this crash course detail. So we'll be doing questions like these. Okay, so every day we'll be doing tons of questions and obviously covering the core concept before your exam. And I believe there are certain concepts which are highly testable. And there is there's a book that I always used to read. It's one of my favorite books. It's known as Animal Farm. In the Animal Farm, there's this saying, every animal is equal, but some animals are more equal than the others. So every concept is important, but some concepts are more important than the others. Okay, it's like a small, like I was trying to make a joke, but anyhow, it was a terrible joke which I made. Okay. Now, this is what we'll be doing. We'll be doing we'll be having 10 classes. Each class will be for 2 hours. And you guys are most welcome on the Monday's class. Any questions now? We'll be covering your questions now. And again, practice, practice, practice. Any questions? Yes, of course, you can ask questions during the exam. You can stop me anytime and you can ask questions. You don't need to be petrified. I'm a very open person. So again, please you can ask questions anytime you guys want. Yes. Anyone else? How many of you are...
Please. Take a look at the all questions. Maybe someone asked you a question while you were talking. Maybe you can answer that one.
Which question was that?
Someone asked what should students do before the class?
Before the class, I believe that you guys are obviously, you are preparing for your CFA level 1 exam. So for instance, if we start derivatives, so I would like you guys to have certain background of derivative. Okay, so you guys are preparing for your CFA level 1 exam. So again, it would be, but again, you need to understand, I would be starting from scratch. I would be starting each concept from scratch. It's not like you need to have some background knowledge, you need to be like super intelligent. No, I'll be doing every concept from the scratch. But I will obviously would be doing questions which I believe are highly testable. Whenever I'm doing those concepts, I'll be starting from the scratch. Amna, it would be there's a whole thought process behind the subjects which I've chosen. Okay. Okay, so for the discount, I think you can get in touch with IFT. They would be in a better way to, better able to answer your questions on that front. Any other questions? I would be starting from the scratch, like each concept that we'll be doing, I'll be doing from the scratch. So again, even if you don't come prepared, but you will going to learn something from these classes and important stuff.
This class would be every day, sir.
Excuse me, yeah, class would be every day. 5 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there will be no class. Then again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So again,
Monday
this is the
means 5 p.m. to sir.
So Monday, Friday, and then again next week, Monday to Friday. So the classes would be 8:30 p.m. Dubai time and 3 a.m. Dubai time. So you'll be having 2 slots. It depends from which slot you're comfortable with.
Okay, sir.
And again, if you guys are interested in these crash course, please get in touch with the IFT team. Okay, please get in touch with the IFT team. So they will be giving you the link for the sessions. Any other questions?
Yeah, so I just want to understand how this flow of this class will go. Like, will you be starting up with straight away with questions, or you will teach the concepts first and then go?
We would be doing questions, and while we are doing questions, I will be giving you the background knowledge. For example, for instance, if we did the CAPM question, so before once we are doing the CAPM question in the crash course class, I would be making you the SML line. What is the gradient of SML line? What is the y-intercept? What is the difference between SML line and capital allocation line? So we'll be doing the background check also. It's not like we'll just be doing the questions, and no, we will be covering the concepts which are behind the question. So we'll be doing some theory. Obviously, we'll be doing theories as well.
Okay.
I would suggest that changing slots, it again, you need to get in touch with IFT team. So will they changing slot? I don't like, you need to choose like one slot, but you will be getting the recorded lectures also. Look, honest answer, Zen, reading the curriculum right now, you don't have time. You don't have time to read the curriculum. Right now, what you need to do is, if you have IFT videos, watch IFT videos, do the questions. Watch IFT videos, do the questions. Okay, so if you have extreme problems in some particular topic, go full. You need to watch full video of that topic and jump onto the questions. And while you're doing mistakes, you can refer it to the curriculum, or you can refer it to any notes or even to the videos. But again, this is the time that you start doing practice. This is not the time to open your curriculum. Okay, Zen?
So like, okay, now basically we saw a question on hypothesis, right? So
Yes.
I'm a person who haven't even like seen hypothesis. Okay, I haven't even opened that. I have plans to omit that. Like,
What?
so like I had plans to omit that chapter alone. Okay, so now while coming on
One
for
second, one
this
second, one second. You are saying that you are planning to go to your exam without even doing that topic.
yeah, no. Like as of now, I don't have any idea on hypothesis how things go. Okay, like
Okay.
I have plans to read from now.
Okay.
Do you require any background reading before the
Look,
session starts?
I would be giving you background knowledge to a certain extent that is helpful for your exam. But obviously, you need to have also you need to also prepare yourself as well. These classes, I would be going over key concept 100%. So I will be telling you about, like, for example, in this hypothesis testing, I would be like doing all the steps like the way we did. And there are other things as well that we would be covering. So you need to, if you are saying that you don't have any background knowledge and still like you, like, I don't know, like still you would be getting something out of these classes. So you would be getting the background concept, what is behind the question, what's happening. So this is what my plan is to do with you guys. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Anyone else? Okay. Can curriculum questions be completed by 31st October? Yes, it can be completed. It can be completed. So you have to do these questions. Now, everyone, there's a small announcement that Sabina wants to make. It's regarding the crash course. So Sabina, can you give them the brief of what needs to be expected?
Yes, I think you already saw the messages on the chat. So for today, we have a discount. That's 10% discount. If you decide to join the course to register today, you can use it. Someone else asked about the discount. Here is a discount. Please use it. If you like the way Rafael explained things, because we know that in this world there is thousands of people who are really grateful to Rafael for preparing them for a CFA exam. So Rafael, if you have something else to add, please add. And I think we answered all the questions. So and remember about 10% discount till tomorrow.
Okay.
Use it because the price and is pretty good. You'll have all the you'll have the last push to your exam. Yeah. Rafi, anything to add
Anything
in the end? Like maybe
again,
something inspirational, you know? Like
okay, yeah. So this is, I always used to say this in my classes in my university as well. So you need to be positive. You need to stay positive. There's no room for negativity. You don't know what wonders self-belief can do. You have no idea. So believe in yourself. The whole universe, the dust of universe is inside you. Utilize that. Okay, you guys are brilliant. You guys are on this journey of CFA. You have shown courage. You have shown goodness. You are resilient. So there's no room for negativity. There's only room for positivity. Forget about the result. Nobody cares you pass or you fail at this point. Nobody cares about that. The only thing that you should be caring about is giving it your best and have self-belief in yourself. Self-belief can do wonders. Okay, so that's it from my side. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good night, good day, wherever you guys are. It's always a pleasure seeing you guys. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.